Hey everyone, and welcome to Knowles Marine. Today, we're going to go deep, right down into focus on lashing and securing deck cargoes. We all know this isn't just about keeping the deck looking tidy, right? Proper cargo securing is literally our ultimate line of defense against the raw, unpredictable power of the ocean. It's absolutely crucial for ensuring the safety of the vessel, the integrity of the cargo, and, most importantly, the protection of the crew. So let's dive right in and look closely at the essential equipment and methods used out there on the water. Here's a quick roadmap of what we're going to cover today. First, the stakes of cargo securing. Second, mastering the bulldog grip. Third, turnbuckles and connectors. Fourth, the complete lashing system. And finally, the ultimate safety checklist.
Section 1, the stakes of cargo securing. Defending against the ocean's power. We have to start by acknowledging the sheer physics at play here. Intense forces like rolling, pitching, and heaving can instantly turn unsecured cargo into a massive, deadly hazard. When you're out in heavy weather, if that cargo shifts, it doesn't just damage the goods, it can lead to a catastrophic loss of stability or some seriously dangerous accidents on board. Basically, safe cargo securing directly equals a safe ship.
Moving to Section 2. Mastering the bulldog grip, wire rope clips, and terminations. So let's deconstruct this little mechanical lifesaver. You might know it as a wire rope clip. It's used to secure and terminate wire ropes, and it relies on three basic components: a U-bolt, a saddle, and fastening nuts. Together, they safely terminate your ropes for securing cargo, temporary rigging, and emergency repairs. You absolutely have to get the grip size right for your wire rope diameter, or you're going to risk slippage under load.
But before you even think about installing a grip, you must identify your ends. You've got the live end, which is the load-bearing side taking maximum tension, and the dead end, or tail end, which is the loose portion that isn't directly carrying the load. Getting this backwards is a recipe for a highly unsafe installation. And to protect that wire rope and really boost its service life, we fit a thimble right inside the eye splice. Think of the thimble as a heavy-duty shield. It maintains the correct shape and protects the inside of the eye against wear, abrasion, deformation, and friction. Without it, that wire rope would degrade incredibly fast under maritime loads. Which brings us to the absolute golden rule of the sea. It's a brilliant mnemonic to make sure your grip installation doesn't end in total disaster. Never saddle a dead horse. Let's break down exactly what that means on the deck. In practice, that phrase means the saddle must always go on the live end, the side taking the load. The U-bolt must always fit over the dead end. If you mess this up and put the U-bolt on the live end, you'll literally crush the load-bearing strands and the wire's strength will plummet. That's why these steps are non-negotiable. Plus, all your grips have to face the exact same direction, and you've got to tighten them progressively.
Now, you might be wondering, what's the math for spacing out those bulldog grips? It's known as 60 spacing. That means 6 times the rope diameter. You can't just bunch these clips together or eyeball the spacing. Too few clips mean slippage, and spacing them wrong causes terrible load distribution. Sticking to the 60 guideline is how you ensure the load is handled perfectly.
Let's do the math real quick as an example. Say you're working with a 16mm wire rope. 6 times 16 means you must space those grips exactly 96mm apart. That's how you evenly distribute the load and prevent local stress concentration on any single part of the wire, maximizing your safety. And obviously, before you use these grips, you have to run a strict visual inspection. Look for corrosion, broken strands, and heat damage. Keep a really close eye out for deformation, especially what we call bird caging. Damaged ropes are a massive no-go. Also, remember that wire ropes naturally settle under tension, so you'll definitely need to go back and gradually retighten those nuts after the initial loading. All right, Section 3. Turnbuckles and essential connectors, tensioning and joining. Let's move on to the hardware that actually creates the tension in our system, turnbuckles, which you'll often hear called bottle screws, and shackles, the connectors that tie it all together. For maintaining tension, you generally have two choices. Open body turnbuckles are awesome because they let you easily visually inspect the thread condition and engagement. Closed body turnbuckles, on the flip side, give you much better protection against corrosion and physical damage from that harsh marine environment. Whichever you use, you have to maintain equal thread engagement on both sides for balanced loading. And definitely don't over-tighten, or you'll damage the wire rope.
For your anchoring points, you'll be choosing between two types of shackles based on the load direction. The D shackle has a narrow body, making it highly efficient for straight-line loading. But if your load is pulling from multiple directions or at weird angles, you need the wider, rounded body of a bow shackle. Picking the right one prevents failure, and you always need to ensure those pins are fully tightened and locked in with split or cutter pins.
Section 4, the complete lashing system, bringing it all together. Now we get to see the big picture. How do all these individual pieces synthesize into one unyielding lashing arrangement to lock down heavy project cargo or steel coils?
When the full system is working in perfect harmony, every single piece plays a critical role. The turnbuckles tension the wire ropes, the bulldog grips securely terminate them, the shackles anchor everything down to the pad eyes on the deck, and the dunnage and timber chocks stabilize the cargo itself. It's a complete web designed to fight ship vibration and heaving.
But having the right hardware is only half the battle. You absolutely need proper lashing angles, balanced tension, and equal load distribution. If you've got insufficient tension, the cargo will shift, and that leads to severe structural damage or extremely dangerous stability problems. This is why periodic inspections during the voyage are so vital to make sure that tension holds. Which brings us to our final section, number 5, the final safety checklist. This is the ultimate responsibility of the crew. Everything we've discussed culminates right here, and it has to be executed meticulously before you ever leave port. This checklist is your absolute last line of defense. You need to inspect your wire ropes for any bird caging or damage. Confirm your bulldog grips are at 6D spacing and all facing the right way. Verify you have equal thread engagement on your turnbuckles, ensure every single shackle is fully tightened and locked, and confirm your dunnage and chocks are completely stable.
If you found this explainer useful, share it with your fellow engineers and maritime cadets, and subscribe to Knowles Marine for more detailed deep dives. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. But before we go, I want to leave you with this final thought. These procedures safeguard the crew, preserve the cargo, and protect human life. So as you feel the power of the ocean waiting outside the harbor, ask yourself, did you verify every single component and ensure you never saddled a dead horse before setting sail? We'll see you in the next one.